Listen, just a quick disclaimer before we get into the video. I want you to be focused. I want a little bit of your time. Okay, listen, this is gonna be a long video. I don't make any cuts. I go over what I'm talking about in depth a little bit more than the last video. So listen, if you're just wanting TikToks and you want short form content, go check out my TikTok or check out the Discord, and I'm happy to talk to you one on one. But before we get into today's video, I want you to prepare yourself, take in the knowledge, and kind of think about how you want to improve your business. Yeah. So let's get it straight into it. The intro is a little bit long, so you just skip straight past it if you really want to. Yeah. Peace. Yo, listen, I just wanted to redo this video a little bit. I don't think I did the value or the engagement as well as I could last time. It was 5 in the morning. I just got finished reading the book, so it weren't really, all there. I just wanted to get it out, kind of get me engagement a little bit up, so this time I kind of want to go over it a bit better. I've got it in front of me here, the 10 laws, as you can see, and hopefully I can explain it. I've got 3 more than I did last time, so if you can just give me a few minutes of your time, I'll go over kind of what I've got here. If you want, you can comment, like, and subscribe. That would do me a big favour. Definitely comment though, 100% comment. If you don't want to do anything else, definitely comment. Let me know what you want me to go over. If you want to hear about my experiences, what kind of businesses I've been doing. I can't do over that in my first video, but I can go into depth with what I think about, how I think about, and how I enact every day, kind of as hard as I can to improve my mindset and the sort of business ventures I kind of want to go on. So I don't really want to read from a script, so I'll try my best to get across what I can. I think the scripts are a bit boring, but I've got notes down, and obviously hopefully they're good enough for you. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so what have I told you? The 10 powerful laws that's sitting in front of me right now govern persuasion. How you can control your own mindset, how you can understand people's subconscious that little bit more. The laws that can transform the way you connect, communicate, and what I'm gonna go over, it'll just supercharge that feeling of disconnection. It'll hopefully completely wipe it out. Yeah. So we'll do our best of describing and explaining it. So whether you're selling a product, pitching an idea, simply trying to win someone over, understanding these laws will give you that edge like never before. Let's break them down. We'll go over them one by one, and we'll just get started on the first one. So as you can see here, the group law, trust the references. So we trust recommendations from people. This is the first bit that I was kind of getting over the last time. Especially from people we admire, so people that are close to us, family, friends, etc. Especially celebrities, you see it online, social media. Anyone like Kim Kardashian, if she's selling makeup, whether it be whatever it is, a footballer selling a football shirt, uniform, whatever, you're gonna be more persuaded to buy that product. So you can leverage this in your everyday business. If you have a business, if you have a client that you want to get, what you can do is you can go research about them, see who they're working with, who they know. Hopefully you could kind of get in contact with them, build a relationship with them on the side, and then bang, shoot at your first client, shoot at that target. Then you can reach your target. But you can't reach targets without reloading, without loading your gun and firing the trigger. So the leverage, the trigger in this sense would be the people around them, the people that they admire, the people that are close to them. The second law, the law of exchange and reciprocity. Reciprocity. Yeah, I think I said that right. So when you give something value, whether it's a gift, advice, help, people naturally want to reciprocate that. For example, tariffs. Trump really wants to reciprocate the tax and tariffs that are on his country with on other countries. That's a big one at the moment. So what you can do is you can provide value to customers. Definitely provide as much value as you can, make it seem as you can provide, and the next two that we're gonna go over, these are quite big. these two go into this law. So reciprocity on its own, not great. Obviously, just providing value, customers aren't always gonna want to reciprocate the exact same value back. You aren't gonna get the money that you want. Maybe sometimes you're gonna get asked a bit too much for what you're given. Okay, so the law of contrast. Now, to put this in simple terms, McDonald's. We all know McDonald's. Large, medium, small meal. What's the difference? A little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. Tiny bit more, tiny bit more, tiny bit more in price. Adding on. And what do they do on the menu? They put it next to each other. They show all the prices next to each other, usually organized by price, lowest to highest. They put it on a saver menu. You know what I mean? They can name it in certain ways: large meal, medium meal. And these are on contrast with each other. You're gonna find that value. Your customers are gonna find that value, and they're gonna want to take it for themselves. So, using this mid-tier option, I always say your priced option, it's more appealing. So then you can come in with that low expectation. What do your customers expect? What people expect becomes reality. That's what I mean. Mindset matters. That's what I got into in my first video. The book I've been reading from Catherine Ponder. The thoughts of prosperity. Prosperous thinking matters. What you think, what you do, it becomes one after another. There was a saying in the book, I can't remember it word for word. I'll try to kind of put that into words, but it's what you think is what you do. What you do becomes your habits, and your habits become your future becomes your destiny. So what you really need to do is start with the foundations. What do the customers expect from you? What people expect. Plan positive expectations about your product in the mind. Plant the future. Put the future into the present. Explain it to them. Use imagery, whatever you may need to do. So the next one, laws of friendship, kindness and connection. So I went over this a little bit more last time. I deleted the points, but it was basically speaking to someone as though you are a king or queen. Act as in your mind as you go into a business meeting, as you go into a conversation. King and queen, they're the king, you're the king, you're the queen, you're the queen, blah blah blah. So what that just means is respect. Respect conversation, respect yourself, respect the other person, respect the product, respect everything about it, and don't compromise unless it's respectable. If they're disrespecting the price, walk away from the deal. If you go in disrespecting yourself, don't do the deal. Yeah, don't go in kissing their feet, don't do anything stupid. Because once you go in and you build that genuine bond, it doesn't feel like they're taking advantage of you, you're not taking advantage of them, and that bond, becomes broken down into smaller pieces. Then you'll find that the money just flows to you, the jobs just flow to you, the word of mouth starts to go, blah blah blah, and all of a sudden you've got all these people. Wow, I heard from this person that you're doing great. You hear from this person, oh, could you do this job for me? I've got 3 jobs there that need doing. Is that okay? Could I book you in this week? Oh no, sorry, I'm a bit busy this week. And now, perfect. I didn't even mean to do that, but some things happen for a reason. Law of fear, FOMO. Like I've just said then. Sorry, I can't do it this week. I'm a bit busy. Can I fit you in next week? Is that okay? Or I'll do you a little offer, £10, and I'll shove you in on a date that I'm off. Is that okay with you? The fear of missing out, FOMO. So scarcity creates urgency, highlighting the limited availability of high demand to make your offer irresistible. So it makes it seem like they need it now, makes them feel like they must have it. You know what I mean? Like if they don't have it, somehow they're gonna lose out on something that you've already gave them the expectation, and now the expectation's took away from them. If that makes sense. And then all of this doesn't matter without consistency. None of it matters without consistency. Once someone commits, even casually, they're more likely to follow through before the consistency feels good. Because let's say you go into a deal and they say, could we talk about it next week? Could you come back another day? Could you do this? Could maybe, maybe. And if they're on the fence, ask them questions. 100% ask them questions. it's definitely important to ask questions. I was a salesman for a long time, and you know, I didn't ask enough questions. I weren't consistent enough. I weren't energetic enough. I weren't into it enough. It was too, on the phone, face to face. Happy days, I can do it. But on the phone, nah, I weren't asking enough questions. I weren't interested. I was half asleep. There was just loads of things that you didn't really want to be doing on the phone. So consistency definitely matters. Once they say yes, I will do blah blah blah. This date, this date, this date. Not maybe. Could you come back and talk about it another day? Maybe could we talk about it then? Could I message you? No. Get a yes. Get a what? I will. Get okay. This date's fine for me. Blah blah blah. There you go. And then obviously 80% of the time it'll go through. 20% of the time they're probably still lying. You know what I mean? Okay, the next one is the law of power authority. Position yourself as though you're an expert. So me, I didn't do this at first. I wasn't an expert. What I was selling is just a service. I tried my best. I asked for the fair price. It was lower than what everyone else was charging because of my experience. I didn't tell them I was experienced. I told them, listen, I'm learning. I'll give you the discount. I learn. You save money. Win-win. And there you go. That's the expectation I set. I set an expectation of I'll do my best. It may not be what you're satisfied with from other customers or other businesses, but what you're getting is what you're paying for. So that discount there, the barrier's done. They feel satisfied. The expectation's there. I've set it, and there's a there is a fear of missing out because I'm not a man going on. I've just started my business. Could I do this? And then they're now thinking, oh well, this is a nice lad. I don't wanna miss out on this deal because he's gonna come back every few weeks and he's gonna be cheaper and still be getting better. So for the first 3 months I'm using him, he's gonna be better, than the other options because I'm cheaper. I've got less experience, but I'm trying my best. You know what I mean? So, and people just like to support small businesses, especially when you're like 18 years old like me. Next. Law of harmony with the community, social proof. Okay, so we're wired to follow the crowd. You probably see it in schools, when you're a kid. You probably see it when you're in a group, when you're out with your mates. There'll be 1-2 people, they do things, and then you've got 1 or 2 other people in the group that kind of kiss the feet, you know what I mean? It's always sort of that way. Me, I just there's a few entrepreneurs. I think we look at things differently. I think we understand that people think differently, and we can separate ourselves from other people's decisions. I think that's kind of the key thing. Generally, we all do follow the same kind of pattern of wanting to be individual, wanting to, have our own way of life, wanting to create our own business as entrepreneurs. But at the end of the day, we are individually thinking from other people. We just learn from them rather than follow them, and that's kind of I think the difference between an entrepreneur and a worker. We learn and create our own path rather than follow someone else's. So you've got to show others that others have embraced the idea to, maximize the impact it's got. Sorry, I'm busy this week. I've got a lot of people this week. I just wanted to knock, get your contact information and set a date. Sorry, I can't do it right now. Sort of things like that. Just make it seem as though you're the person that people are going to. Make sure you're the product that people want, and make them feel as though that's what they're getting. Time law. So the time law perception is key. Changing someone's perception of time, whether focusing on the past, present, or future, can dramatically shift their decisions. And that's what I was kind of saying before. So when you're setting that expectation, you're changing the present into the future. Suddenly the mind's shifting. You're shifting the perception of the product now into the future. Oh, but in the past, for example, let's say I used to sell AI to. I used to try to sell AI to people, and obviously I didn't enact this enough, but I did focus on the past a lot more. It was, before people used yellow books, people used, to get phone numbers, blah blah blah. People used to call up. It's spending you're using a lot of time and effort Do you want to sit on the phone all day, or would you rather use an AI chatbot that you can use yourself? You can use your own AI chatbot that's trained on the way you speak, the way you talk to customers, how you want to greet them, how you want to sell to them, and suddenly you've got an automated clone of yourself. Does that not sound easier? And not only that, it's cheaper. It's cheaper than your own time spent on it. The AI chatbot continuously runs. If they're up at 3 in the morning, and you get the late, I'm sure you get the late night thought yourself. No, do you get late night thought yourself? Yeah. All of a sudden you've got them interested. Oh, but if I was up at 3 in the morning, I'd want the answer straight away. Otherwise, I might go to someone else. And that's sort of the shift that you need the customers to kind of look at. And that was kind of a little bit of the sales pitch I used to use for AI. Yeah, hopefully you kind of got that. And that was explained well enough, because it used to be my job. Weren't great at it, but I gave it my best shot. So now that you know the 10 laws, it's time to put them into action. Start small, try applying just one law a day. See how it transforms your interactions. You don't want to do too much, because when I was selling, I tried to do too much. I tried to build on too much. I was bringing one point in, merging it with another. Boom, now they're confused. Once they're confused, they're not interested, they're not listening. You want it to be smooth, you want it to be structured. So one law a day. See how it transforms your interactions. And don't forget to like this video. That's definitely a step that you need to take next. Comment what you want to see next, and subscribe for more insights. That'll help you unlock your full potential, because I'm going to be reading. If you don't want to read books, if you don't think you've got the time to read books, let me know what books you want me to read. I'll read the books, I'll make a video on it, and we can go over it together. See how it kind of informs. I'll let you know how it works with my business, and see if it helps you as well. So remember, the art of persuasion isn't just about convincing others. It's about building trust, creating value in your product, creating value in yourself, and meaningful connections. Trust, value, connections. The script sets an engaging tone. Blank. The script that you need to go on. So make yourself a script. Practice the script. I forgot where my mouth was going then. So you've got to practice the script. Trust, value, connections, then script. Because a perception there knocked me off. Okay, decision making process, past, future, present. Take all the laws into account. Make yourself a little script, or make yourself a little schedule. One day at a time, one piece of information at a time. Boom, and just let me know if it works for you. Let me know if it's transformed your day. Let me know if it's transformed your business. Let me see that interactions improve. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what books you want me to read. Go over, so kind of what sort of ideas in your business you want to see. Kind of what else is more interesting to you. And definitely, go hit that big red button. Yeah, we're on. Ooh, a 20-minute video. You go on. If you've made it this far, I appreciate it. I don't need to finish the video too fast. I just wanted to kind of talk to you for a little minute. If you've made it this far, I want to say thank you very much. It does mean a lot to me. The watch time definitely means a lot to me. As a small channel, it's engagement, definitely. So, if you made it this far, this is a little one-to-one conversation, and I'll probably start doing this at every end of the video. So if you have made it this far, you get to this little one-to-one, even though I don't know what you're saying to me. Thank you again. Comment, you personally, comment what you want to see in the video. Comment what you want to see in the videos. Comment on what you want me to do on the business, what you want to see, what you want me to explain, what books you want me to read. You've made it this far, you get the right to ask. Yeah, simple as that. Fair deal? Okay. See you later.